Hey, so I wanted to challenge you and I wanted to get you thinking a little bit or switch your perspective just a little bit because we've all been there. We've all been there, and I bet you can think back on a time when you've decided that you wanted to make a change or you wanted to face some difficult challenge in your life that is going to, needs to be addressed or needs to be taken care of, but you decide to put it off. You decide to wait for the right time, right? Whether that's when your kids leave to go to college or Monday or next month or in the summer or in the winter, right? You're waiting for the time to be perfect when everything settles down in life and that you can have the time to focus on that. But I'm sure you've also experienced that the time never becomes right. That just something else comes up and kind of keep pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing back the things that you know you need to do in order to make the change that you want to see, in order to create the life, right, that you crave, right, that happiness to address those things. And today I wanted to share a story, right, to help you change your perspective and maybe encourage you and inspire you just to continue to take action, right? That the time will never be perfect, but if you take action right now, that you might just make the time right now. So the story starts with two little seeds, and they're sitting side by side on the dirt, and it's the end of winter, spring's coming soon, and the first seed turns to the second seed, and he says all of the things that he wishes, right? He wants to dig himself down deep into the ground and sprout roots that grow super deep. He wants to, right, bud and feel the sun's rays on his flowers or on his leaves and the fresh dew in the morning. And he wants to show everybody or tell everybody with the flowers that he produces that spring is here and summer is coming. And so he starts to kind of wiggle himself down in there. And the second grain looks at the first grain and he's like, dude, it's not right? The time's not right yet. The ground's too hard, right? You don't know what's down there. What if you go down there and your roots don't take? Or what if you grow that tender stem and something breaks it like the wind or another animal? What if your petals are ugly, right? What if because the time wasn't right, all these things happen? And the first seed is too busy kind of digging himself, wiggling himself down into the dirt that he doesn't hear all of this. And he grows, right? In essence, he grows into this beautiful flower and he buds and he has all these things that he dreamed of. And the second seed is still waiting. This whole time he's watching his friend grow up and he's still waiting, still nervous and scared and afraid that if he goes for it, right, it won't turn out the way that he wanted it to and that he doesn't think the time's right. And he's going to wait and wait and wait until it's perfect timing. And one day a chicken comes along and here the second seed is still in the shadow of that first seed that decided, I'm going to take action right now. And he admires the beautiful flower and then he sees this grain on the ground and the chicken gobbles it up, eating that second seed to be probably put out the other end at some other point. And why I'm sharing this story, right, is because the perfect time is never there. Now is the time, right? Now is the time to start growing. Now is the time to start making those small steps, and that the time will never be perfect. You'll never not be busy. You'll never not have things going on in your life. Life will never not throw you some curveballs. But if you take one day at a time and you just take one day just to make yourself a little bit better, focus on one thing just a little bit better than it was the day before, that you will eventually get there. And I bet that the reason why maybe you haven't been as successful as you wanted to be is because you stopped, right? You stopped and you started and you stopped and you started and you waited till the perfect time and then things got weird and then you stopped again and you said next summer or next week or Monday, right? But I want you to stop hitting the reset button and just do the best that you can every day, even if it's just one small step forward. Because remember, mountains aren't climbed in one big leap, but they're climbed over a series of very small steps that the end, right, is always going to be greater than those small steps combined. But if you didn't have them, you would never make it. So hopefully that helps change your perspective. You don't need to wait for the right time to make some changes. All you need to do is figure out, what do I need to do today? And by just taking action today, you just might make the time right now.